Straight from Saturday Night Live, here are Hans and Franz.
Yeah, you know, I can tell by looking around the room, most of you are already pumped up. That's good.
Yeah, but it is sad, Franz, because, you know, I look out there and I see some flabby, pathetic losers.
Yeah. You know, let me tell you something. If you think you can get to look like us just by watching and being potato couches, you are sadly mistaken. This takes a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Takes a lot of hard work, you know, and if you do want to do some hard work, you know, maybe you should be disciplined.
That's right. That's right. What are you laughing at, Mr. Potato Couchman? You know, hear me now and believe me later. You know, you should be disciplined. We can very easily take you by a jockstrap and lift it up and give you the wedgie of your life.
Yeah. That's right, you know. Yeah, what are you laughing at, you know? Hear me now and believe me later and listen to me yesterday or some other time. No, we can very easily grab your love handles and stretch them around you like a bag so you can carry yourself to the garbage.
All right. You know, what is important is that you all get properly pumped up so that when you take your belt off, you don't cause a flabberlanche.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, Franz, I feel sorry for the rest of the competitors here tonight, you know.
Why is that?
Because they have to follow this.
Cousin Arnold! Hans and Franz, what the hell are you guys doing here? Arnold, we are here to help you out. To help me out? How?
Yeah, you know, by showing your competitors how they can get all pumped up so they won't look like pathetic, flabby losers.
Oh, come on, fellows. Hear me now and talk about it much later. This is a premier bodybuilding competition. We have the top bodybuilders from all over the world here. We have TV coverage. Bodybuilders are here, the greatest in the world, like Rich Gaspari, Ron Love, Robbie Robinson, guys like that, with names like this, television coverage, and big cash prizes. I don't think that the audience needs you to pump them up. Nobody is more pumped up than us.
Yeah, look at this.
All right. Hans and Franz, I get it. All right. Those guys came in their best shape, I have to admit it. So I just got an idea. Listen to this now and believe me later. You go backstage, you pump up, don't forget the oil. Okay, really oil up the body, get ready, because I have a special spot for you on this show. You have the entire stage to yourself. How about that?
All right. Franz, I think Cousin Arnold's talking about a special place in his show for us.
That's right, Franz. Maybe we should go back and get even more pumped up than we already are.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cousin Arnold.
Thank you, Cousin Arnold. Thank you.
Let me tell you now, and don't believe me later, and never think about it. They won't be back. But I will. See you later.
Welcome to Columbus, Ohio for the first annual Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, where some of the great bodybuilders of the world have gathered. Hello everybody, I'm Ahmad Rashad along with my partner, 5 times Mr. Universe, 7 times Mr. Olympia, Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Arnold, finally, these bodybuilders are getting some credit. People realize that they are great athletes.
They are great athletes, you're absolutely correct. They train very hard. They lift 40, 50 tons of weights every day. They train 4 or 5 hours every day. Those guys do cardiovascular training, then severe diets and so on. The tremendous amount of discipline goes in there. So you're absolutely correct. They're great, great athletes.
Now, to the average viewer out there, they think that everybody up there has the perfect body. But what do the judges look for?
Well, we have 7 international judges here that are really experienced judges, and they're looking basically for muscle size, muscle definition, separation of the muscles, and also vascularity, and also the posing routine, which is very important because you can have the best developed body, the most defined body, but if your posing routine isn't on and isn't perfect, you can lose the competition.
What about the favorites? You've seen this field. What about the favorites?
Well, I tell you that I watched this afternoon the competition, and during the pre-judging I have to say that Rich Gaspari was in my mind the favorite. He had the most fire in him, he had the most will to win, he had a great posing routine, he was very good competing against the other guys, doing the right poses and so on, and he had tremendous muscularity. I think he's really in perfect shape today, and I think that he has a good shot of winning.
Backstage, some of the competitors are making their final preparations by oiling down, while some of the other competitors, like Gary Stridon, pumps up for his upcoming performance. But for Robbie Robinson, all the waiting is over as he takes the stage for his solo performance. He's 42 years old, he lives in Venice, California. He has outside interests include antique collecting, cooking, reading, and he's also an accomplished commercial artist.
I tell you, he won a whole bunch of titles in the past. He has won the Mr. America competition, Mr. Universe competition. He just recently placed 3rd in the 1988 U.S. Professional Championships. So he's really a tough competitor, and he will be right up there.
He's been competing for quite a while.
He has been competing for 20 years. He has worked very hard for his competitive shape. The only thing is that in the past he always had a little bit of problem with his calves and his posing. But I can see that today his calves are considerably bigger and his posing was much better. He's applauding, he's trying to get the crowd to cheer, which is very important, by the way, Ahmad, on the way the judges look at the whole thing, so that the audience can influence the judges sometimes. He's really getting the crowd going. He's hitting his favorite shots, which is double bicep, obviously. Then the back pose. Yes, just like 10 years ago. He has the same routine here, but much more polished now. Much more polished. Look at his calves. There's still a little weak point, as you can see, but it's much better than at the time when I was competing with him.
How important?
Fantastic. Look at this. He's getting a great applause from a capacity crowd here in Columbus, Ohio. Another bicep pose. He's really playing the crowd now. Double bicep from the back. Great control. Look at that lat spread. And the most muscular. Terrific definition of the thighs. This is a great performance. Fantastic. Now he's going backstage to Ahmad. Ahmad?
All right, Robbie, in doing this routine here, I know you spend a lot of time in the gym. How much time do you spend just going over your routine?
You know, I've never really spent a lot of time on the routine, and I think that's been maybe one of my problems in the past. And I've been working with Rick Valenti and Tonya Knight, the lady just won the show. And they just told me to go out there and have fun, you know, instead of like trying to just get myself in the mood of just doing a straight routine.
Right.
And so I just went out there and just had fun with the music.
So you
Go ahead.
You don't choreograph anything, you just go out there and let it flow.
Sometimes, and then sometimes I try to get something together, but I have difficulty with that, so I have a Vietnam defect for my ears, because I can't hear the music sometimes, and I like lose sense of it, so he just go out there and have fun, so I went out there and have fun.
All right, man, good luck to you.
Thank you. Now.
Okay, when we come back, we will watch the man considered the front runner in today's competition, Rich Gaspari.
Traditionally, bodybuilders prefer to train on the West Coast, the land of sunshine and fresh air. But Rich Gaspari is breaking down that perception, training year-round in his small New Jersey hometown. Now, recently we traveled there to see just how different Rich's life is from his California counterparts.
I don't have it in my bag.
Family dinners at the Gaspari household have not changed much since Rich's parents came to this country in 1962. But Mama's cooking is just one temptation Rich Gaspari must avoid to become a champion. 12 hours earlier, Rich made a breakfast every bit as well, just as he has for the past 6 years. The concoction features 10 egg whites, 1 yolk, oat bran, bananas, and blueberries in one large pile. Just your typical
Breakfast of champions. I really don't eat for taste. Basically just eat because of the nutrients and what I know what's going into my body. So right now it's just fulfilling me.
But for Rich, food is just one price to pay for building a championship body, a price he started paying as a youngster 15 years ago. Today, Rich trains year-round, a discipline shared by anyone who lives in his house, even his pet cockatoo, Tasha.
See if she could do some chin-ups. Come on. Up. 1, 2. All the other objects around me, all the other people around me are totally blocked out. Feelings are totally blocked out. I'm just totally in focus of the contest.
It's the mental preparation that is most demanding on those who love and support Rich, like his brother Mike.
When he gets in his moods or whatever, I just like stay away from him because I know what his purpose is for. It's not just for anything, not because he had a bad day or anything. I know it's for what he's doing, so his family really understands and still backs him up.
But despite all the dedication, concentration, and sweat, there's one element in bodybuilding Rich Gaspari cannot control. His height of 5'9" puts him at a disadvantage in a sport where traditionally taller men have dominated.
The thing I have to be is perfect in all-around physique. I have to have a perfect physique, even 10% better than a taller physique to be better than that physique. I have to have a better presentation, a better positive outlook.
This first-generation Italian from just outside Newark, New Jersey, has grabbed hold of the American dream and firmly believes he's about to make history.
The thing is, I'm going to win the first Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. There only can be one first-time winner. That's right. And I know it's going to be me.
Well, Arnold, you mentioned earlier that Rich seemed more determined to win than any of the other competitors, and his confidence level was high when we talked to him at his home, and as you can see here now, it's pretty high still.
It is very confident. He's a very confident fellow today, and I think the reason for it is because he came so many times second and third, because he was always a little bit off. He was sometimes too heavy, other times he came in a little bit too slim and not big enough, but it seems that he knows that he is perfect today. He has the perfect balance, and he's right on the money today.
Interestingly enough, Rich was sick for 2.5 weeks before the competition. He lost 9 pounds, but he said that the illness actually helped him because as he put the weight back on, his skin stretched. That's a new one on me.
Well, actually, I asked him before the day's performance that if he wins, would he go to the hospital before every competition and just ask people to sneeze on him? And he laughed and he said, no, because, the illness could have caused him to stop, training and to compete today. See the confidence, how he hits the poses, perfect timing with the posing, the way he moves around. He shows a good balance of power and also grace, which is very important. You see the way he makes a graceful move and then again a very powerful move.
He has had a lot of success in bodybuilding. He was Mr. Universe in 1984, the Pro World Championships in 1986, He won the 1988 European Grand Prix Championship, and he's finished second the last 3 years in Mr. Olympia. But as you say, Arnold, I think that he wants this one as bad as any of the other ones.
Oh, he really wants it, you can tell. And the people love him. Look at that.
Don't go away. When we come back to Columbus, Ohio, another one of our top competitors, Gary Stridham, will take the stage.
It is very casual. He makes no effort at all when he hits his pose. A very, very good performance by Gary Stridham. Okay, let's go backstage to Ahmad Rashad with Gary Stridham.
How you doing? What? I'm all right, man. I was watching you on the senior hall the other night.
For those people who think that you don't get tired out there posing, you're here to tell me that you do. It is strenuous, isn't it?
Oh, it's very strenuous. It's a short burst, and it's real powerful stuff. It's not like long endurance, but it's short but very powerful.
How important is this part of the routine to the overall routine, this freestyle?
Oh, it's very important. It's a whole round, and it goes by rounds. So if you lose or slip on any rounds, you could lose the whole show. So it's a very important round.
Thanks, Ahmad and Gary. And well, it's time to check out Hans and Franz, my two cousins from Austria, to see what they're up to.
You know, Franz, dumbbell is a really dumb name for these weights, you know. They should be called smart bells, because smart people use them to pump up their huge muscular bodies.
That's right, Hans. You know, whoever thought up the name dumbbell must be some big flabby loser with larger than life-size buttock flab.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And hear me now, believe me later, and think about it some other time, Hans. If that loser were here now, we could very easily pummel him into submission.
Like this. Pummel, 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 pummel.
know, sort of different response from the crowd. I guess that's a chance you take when you have an artistic routine like this one.
Yeah, it is a risky routine, and he took his chances.
So stay with us. Coming up at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, it will be Samir Bannout, a man on the comeback trail.
5 minutes, so take 5 minutes.
You're going on the platform first, right?
Lest you think that an Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic is all muscle and no play, let me tell you how Arnold got together with 2,800 of his closest friends here in Columbus. A hearty meal is a good way to get the party rolling, complete with pasta, balloons, and a busy host. And to mark the occasion, how about a picture? How about 2,800 of them? The line snaked through the Vets Memorial Auditorium, ending with 2 cameras and a very mobile Arnold Schwarzenegger darting back and forth over and over for 4 hours. That figures out to, let's see, say cheese and flash every 8 seconds. Coming out now, our final competitor, Samir Bannout. Luckily for Samir, it won't take 4 hours for this capacity crowd to take his picture a few hundred times. He was born in Lebanon, 31 years old. He now lives in Marina del Rey. And Arnold, he told me that he wants this title badly.
Well, I think that he has a good chance because he came in great condition. As you can see, he's very muscular and very hard looking and big. He has won already the Mr. Olympia competition in 1983. He won Mr. Universe 79 and then Mr. World in 1979. So he has won a lot of great competitions. You know, he laid off for 2 years from competition and he's now back again. This is his second competition this year, and so he wants to really build up again and eventually win this competition.
Now, he told me he puts a lot of time into his routine. It's very important to him. This is something that he really enjoys.
He's a very good poser. The only weak point he has during his posing routine is that his body sometimes starts shaking. He flexes so hard that his fists start shaking and his whole body starts shaking, as you can see with the pectoral muscles right now. And that sometimes gives an indication to the judges that you are not in full shape, that you have not trained yourself enough, and so, which is not the case with him, but that's kind of the message that he gives to the judges.
Samir Bannout. We've now seen all the top competitors, and when we come back, they'll square off in the pose down. There are a number of special guests at this year's Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. The list includes Arnold's in-laws, Sergeant and Eunice Shriver, the first Mr. Universe, John Grimmick, three-time Mr. Olympia, Sergio Oliva, plus two other former Mr. Olympias, Franco Columbo and Chris Dickerson. And defending holder of that crown, five-time winner, Lee Haney. But no one has meant more to bodybuilding than our host, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, I'm basically a very positive person. And when I see something, when I have a vision of something, then I go after it, and then it means enough to me that I will put all the effort in it and all the sacrifices in it, whatever it takes, in order to get there.
And get there he has, over and over again. Called by some the father of bodybuilding, Arnold Schwarzenegger dominated the sport in the 1970s, winning 13 world titles. Yet with all his success, Arnold searched for a new mountain to climb. The one he found had a sign on top. It read, Hollywood. The success of his 1975 movie Pumping Iron launched a film career that would propel Schwarzenegger into the ranks of Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson, and Warren Beatty.
I feel that I'm basically a performer. I like performing for people and be in the entertainment business and so on. So that's what made me decide that I should stop competing in bodybuilding and spend the 4 hours a day that I usually train every day and put it in my acting profession.
I'll be back.
A succession of seemingly superhuman and even not-so-human movie characters came to life through Schwarzenegger. Roles like Conan the Barbarian, Commando, The Predator, and The Terminator.
I think that I'm still in a way in the bottom or middle of the whole show business industry. You know, there's Clint Eastwood is my idol, like I said, and he has done the acting, he has done the producing, he has done the directing. So there's many different directions to go. There's many different types of movies to go.
Schwarzenegger proved his point earlier this year by co-starring with Danny DeVito in, of all things, a comedy called Twins.
No, look, see what you're doing with your teeth there, Jules?
Yeah.
You're grinding them. Don't grind your teeth, then.
Amazingly, the movie doubled the gross of any previous Schwarzenegger adventure film, and a star was born again. For many, the dreams of success are often balanced by the fears of failure. For Schwarzenegger, there are no such things as fear or failure, and success will happen if you want it badly enough.
I never think about what is if it fails. I never think about what is if something happens to me or something like that. I don't think that way, and maybe sometimes it's a disadvantage, who knows? But I mean, for me it worked very well to just think positive and then leave it up to fate, you know.
These 6 men will now come on stage for the pose down. This is where their confidence will truly be tested. Arnold, you've been here. What is going through their minds?
Ahmad, there's the most tension right now of the whole days of competition. The pose down is the last opportunity that each competitor has to impress the judges. So they know that the last impression for the judges is the most important one. So they will try to match the individual strengths to the opponent's weaknesses. That's what they're trying to do here, and they're really trying hard. As you can see, they're moving around, and the thing is here, they are chasing Gaspari. They know that Gaspari, look at the shoving contest that's going on. Bertel Fox wants to push him out of the way. Gaspari is just staying his ground here. They are chasing him because they know he's ahead right now. Samir is trying very hard. Now Robbie Robinson is moving to the right. He's trying to pose off next to Bertel Fox. Bob Harris is very smart, and also Gaspari here. They stay in the middle. They don't move much around. Look how huge Stridon is on the right side. He's enormous. Here Robbie Robinson is showing his muscularity. He's doing 3-4 poses while Gaspari is doing 1. But Gaspari shows that he is confident He doesn't have to pose fast. He poses slow. Now he's moving over to the other side, Gaspari. He wants to compare himself now, or if the judges compare him with Samir Bannout. He wants to show one more time that he's the champion to beat and that he has all the qualities that it takes to win this competition.
Was this your favorite part of the competition, Arnold?
Absolutely, because you always could count on that round. If you are really in top shape and if you have your posing down, that is the round where you really can get all the points together and just sum it all up and win the competition. Here Gaspari is hitting one more shot here.
Don't go away. We'll be back with the judge's decision at the inaugural Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic.
Gentlemen, you can leave the stage for a moment. Thank you very much.
We have come to the moment of decision. Who will win the first Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic? Endless hours of training have come down to this moment. Let's go to Jan Hutchins for the announcement.
Please take the third place award worth $15,000 to Gary Strider.
In my opinion, the right decision, but not a popular one for his fans.
Well, it comes down to these two athletes, Arnold.
There's the most tension right now. Their hearts must be pounding.
To Robbie Robinson.
Oh, Robbie Robinson is second, and that makes Rich Gaspari the winner of the first Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. Now, Rich Gaspari must be so happy right now that all his hard training, his dieting, all his sacrifices that he has taken has finally paid off and he has won the competition.
And a check for $55,000. Mr. Joe Weider presents it to your first winner of the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, Richie Gaspari.
He said he would be the first to win the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, and he lived up to his word. Let's take another look at that winning form of Rich Gaspari.
Now here you can see how smoothly he poses, how well he moves from one pose to the other, how he flexes the entire body at all times.
He has now made his way backstage, and he's with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Rich Gaspari. I mean, I see you training every day in the gymnasium, so I know you train 4 or 5 hours a day. But what did you do this year differently that made you really go that extra stretch and win the competition and beat all the guys that have beaten you in the past?
Well, I maintained my diet so that I can have a lean body mass throughout the year, so I didn't really gain that much fat. So when you diet down, I didn't have that loose skin that a lot of bodybuilders get when they get heavy and then they get cut up. I learned to train my body, you know, more intensely, but not to overtrain it. And then I also worked with a dancer and choreographer to get a really good posing routine together, and I think it really worked well.
So tell me now, what is next? I mean, obviously, this is the first big competition of this year, and now you have a certain momentum going for yourself. Tell me, what's the future plan?
Well, I feel very proud and privileged to win the first Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, but I'm on my way to September and going into the Mr. Olympia, and hopefully, you know, as long as I try to do my best, I feel this year could be my year.
Body language. Now here is one last look at the men who finished in the top 6 here at the first Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. Well, we've come to the end, and it's a tremendous show, a great show. I've really enjoyed myself, Arnold.
Well, I'm very excited, Ahmad, because this is the first Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, and I think everyone is very satisfied. The athletes came in the top shape. The spectators were very excited. You could hear them scream throughout the whole show. I think the sponsors are very happy with everything, the way everything went. And I just look forward to many more Arnold Schwarzenegger Classics. And it was wonderful to work with you, Ahmad.
Thank you very much. But you know, you got one problem.
What?
You have these 2 guys back here that you promised you were going to let them compete in the show.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Hans and Franz?
Yes?
You guys are on.
Oh, thank you, Cousin Arnold.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this.
Hans, I don't hear anything out there.
Oh, that's just because the guys you can't see, they're out there. They're so excited, you know, they're stunned.
Hey, how much longer are you guys going to be? I'd like to go home sometime tonight.
It's Joe Wiederman.
Look, it's Joe Wiederman.
Hi, Joe Wieder. Look, Joe Wiederman.
Hey, listen, you don't
Hey,
understand.
You don't understand. I am Hans.
I am Franz, and we are here to pump you up. Joe Wiederman. Stay here.